casual Sunday. Whoa. I didn't put out a video last week because I had fractured my foot and I wasn't feeling all together to put out a Sunday video. But this week I'm feeling a lot better. And now we are back with Casual Sunday. I am feeling great today. And okay, so we're going to start off with treat of the week. This week's treat of the week is Hershey's Caramel. This Hershey's candy bar has two pieces and it's filled with caramel pleasures. Do I have, oh, this is, there we go. Very nice. All right. And the meal of the week is going to be Dinty Moore's. Dinty Moore's chicken and dumpling meal of the week. This is what I'm going to be having for most of my lunches this week. It is awesome. The beef stew isn't bad also, but I prefer the chicken and dumplings. All right. The snack of the week. The snack of the week are going to be sour cream and onion Pringles. I will have a few of these throughout the week. All right, and drum roll for drink of the week. I think we already know what the drink of the week is, but you don't know what flavor it is. All right, drink of this coming week is going to be Mountain Dew Live Wire. However, you never want to underestimate a good bottle of water. It is always recommended to have a bottle of water in between each soda to help prevent things like kidney stones down the line. All right, let's get. We have two new categories. We have coin of the week. I'm going to do coin of the week. And since August is pre Halloween month, August and September are the two pre-Halloween months because Halloween decorations come out in June. So I always think August and September are pre-Halloween months. Just like October and November are pre-Christmas months. All right, so we're gonna do coin of the week now. We got coin of the week here. We have this beautiful peace dollar. This is nice. It's a silver dollar. This is from 1922. This is what the backside looks like, but I don't think my camera can capture what the backside is. But if you all Google search peace dollar, you can find what the backside really looks like. I don't know if you're getting a good view on this. My screen doesn't seem like it's showing the backside very well. All right. And because it's pre-Halloween, we're going to be doing Halloween decors of the week as well. And this week, we're going to start off with this guy right here. I put random stuff in its head, like my pills, for example. All right. Oh, it almost looks like my head, too. This is a good place for pills because of the expression it is exuding right here. All right. Great spot for pills right here. You can also probably put your can of beer in here, too. A great, once again, great expression. Oh, oh, this is a pretty cool thing. All right. Now we're going to look at some artwork. We're going to talk about my mess ups. So, earlier this month, completed a drawing that I really completed a drawing, but the first version was a complete disaster. All right. So on the 4th or the 3rd and 4th of August, I think I started it on the 3rd. This is a huge blunder. Huge blunder. Just awful. The lightning wasn't organized very well. This just did not come out well at all. So I set this aside and I started new. This is what became of what this might have been. But I'm glad I started over new because I decided the corners would look a lot better than just the round dots, right? So what? You're wondering why I'm keeping this? If it's a damaged item, it's not what I want. Well, here's the thing. This is an old storm drain. This is a brand new sink, right? This is going to turn into a brand new sink once I'm done with it. So here's the thing. When it comes to artwork, if I mess up on something or if I don't like how something is, I set it aside. And then I go a completely different route with it later on when I decide to get back to it. This is one of those times. I'm going to get back to this. In fact, I'm going to do that this week. And we're going to turn this into a golden sink. It's going to go from a dirty floor drain to a golden sink. This is going to be awesome once I'm done with it. Right now, it's just a floor drain. All right. So this guy right here, you're thinking to yourselves, this is a wonderful piece of artwork. What could possibly have been messed up? See right down here? That was a mess up. So what I did is I was going to use the whole paper, but I couldn't. But I didn't want to waste the paper. So what I did was I worked around it. I created a nice piece of art right here. And this can be cut off anytime, but I'm not going to cut it off because I want that there so I can explain to people, hey, don't waste paper. Create something else with it. And that's what I did. I do not like to waste. All right. Now this piece, you're thinking to yourselves, wow, this is great. What on earth is wrong with this? So, as some of you may know, I have done some 16-piece collections, black and white. This was supposed to be this square right here was supposed to be part of a 16-piece collection. This all around here was not supposed to happen. None of this right here. None of this design was supposed to happen. So just focus on the square. Just for a second. So I messed up here in some of the lines right here. I messed up sometimes how the pens will have a lot of ink at the tip and too much ink will come out at once. So that happened in one of these black lines. So what I ended up doing was I evened it out by doing it every other one. Those black lines weren't supposed to be there. They were supposed to be just the regular lines. And let's just give you a close-up look. So by evening them out, you can't tell that I made a mistake there, right? And so, and also I observed in the pattern here in the squares, some of the squares are much larger than some of the other ones. And since in my black and white series I have this perfection idealism, I decided this it cannot be a candidate for that. So I had to set this aside. I had to set this aside, and this is way before I did all of that extra work. I set this aside, and I must not have gotten back to this for several months. Maybe this is one that I waited some time to get back on this. But anyways, once I completed the center and I did all the outside work, this became one of my top 20 pieces. This is a really gorgeous piece of work. This is definitely in my top 20. All right. Here's another piece of artwork. Ooh, maybe I can go get the original and show you the border that was supposed to be. So that was supposed to look like this. I completely butchered the border here, and it just went into complete chaos. So the border was supposed to be much different, but my idea just did not pan out. My idea for the black, blue, and red did not pan out very well at all. And you can see where and why it didn't pan out. Maybe you won't understand the why, but the black part just did not look good with this, honestly. and I had gotten so frustrated that I decided to do that. Even the red and blue dots there weren't eye pleasing for me. So instead of saying that this is a waste of art, no, sir or ma'am. I created something beautiful. These are the official prints. This is an official print of that piece. It came out real nice as a print, and it looks awesome. There's never a reason for me to waste something that I can still use. So that is a lesson that I would like to pass on to you. If you don't like something that you created, or if you, excuse me, if you messed up on something, set it aside. Come back to it later. Maybe come back to it later with a new frame of mind. Like, okay, let me see what I can do with this. And maybe go at it with a random attitude, like a random mind. Okay, we're just going to do this as a random piece of art. We'll see where it takes me. And once it's finished, you'll be like, okay, this is a lot better than what it was. You might not be happy with the finished results, but you also might be surprised. You just never know. Don't give up on your junk. I certainly won't. Okay, and now that we've talked about my mess ups and my blah blah blahs, of course, we're gonna talk about the art of the week. This is art of the week. This is one of my most favorite pieces of art of all time. This is called Get Your Rear in Gear, and it is available for just $20 plus shipping. So email me in the description below if you would like one of these. And so this is the art of the week. Absolutely fantastic. And every single print I sign and date it before I laminate them. I also number the prints too. This happens to be print number 2. It is absolutely stunningly beautiful. I just want you guys to look at this for a few minutes. Imagine this in your house somewhere on your wall, your refrigerator, and it's such a good looking piece. I am proud of this. I and this was done on October 30th, 2024. You know how sometimes when you finish a new piece and you're so proud of it, but that proudness goes away after you complete another piece, right? A little bit of proudness goes away, if you know what I mean, because you have a new piece and the new piece has captured your attention. And then you look at that piece and you're like, well, that piece is still good, but this is just so good. This piece has never left that part of my mind. This piece has always been one of those, so good, so good. I can't describe it any other way. But I hope you know what I mean. But it is just fantastic, so fantastic. All right, now on to something else with Casual Sunday. LOL. This one's called "I Am Just a Stranger." Your voice is like the sound of water to ice. Your face shows every cold muscle. Your eyes tell of an icy cold blue. While I am just a stranger just walking by. So many faces, too many judgments, so many fears in the wrong places. We are all people just passing through. I am just a stranger just walking by. The way you stare shows that you are frozen. You will never to learn to care about others if that is the path you have chosen. You look at me like I am someone you don't like, but I am just a stranger just walking by. I am just a stranger, a passerby. Your face tells me I am hideous, but my heart knows your face is wrong. I am a person just trying to belong. I am just a stranger just walking by. This is one of my favorite poems of all time, and I've written about 4,000 poems, and this has got to be one of my favorites of all time. It was written on January 4th, 2013. I'm really proud of that poem. All right. Now here's one called I Am No Fool. If I buy you a diamond, will you give me your heart? If I buy you a nice car, can I take you away? If I buy you chocolate, will you let me in? If I buy you a rose, will you ever be happy with me? If I buy you a big house, could there ever be us? If I can get you all the money in the world, will you never leave me? If I have to buy you anything, you are not, you are truly not the one for me. Shut. This is written on New Year's of 2013. Okay. All right. Now this. All right. Let's find something nicer. Let's see if I can see if there's a positive Patsy in here. Positive Patsy. Ooh, I wonder what book I'm reading from. This must be Dark Landscapes. Oh, here's a poem that people can relate with. All right, here's a poem people can with. This one is called People Suck. If you're in customer service or if you're in retail, if you have to deal with the public, you'll understand this one. People suck. My job is to smile. My job is to service. My smile is getting rusty. My service is out of service. My mood is getting crusty, making me nervous. I'm getting tired of the nothing. I'm getting angry because of nothing. I'm getting sick because I am nothing. I'm feeling weak, all for something. But I can't speak of this nothing because it would be out of character. Something is up, something is crashing, something is down, something inside is smashing, something is causing a mess, that something is up, but we'll call it nothing. As I do with all my other nothings, I'll just pack up my words. Hide this something. That is nothing. I will stare at the clock until it runs out of time. Yep, that's exactly how work is. Because you can't really talk about it at work. You can't really bitch about customers at work, that sort of thing. Oh, I said the B word. I am timing myself out for 5 minutes. Next time I start my own stream, I am timing myself out for 5 minutes because I said the B word in one of my videos. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for coming to my video. You all have a great day. We will see you on Wacky Wednesday or in my loop lives tonight throughout the week. But Wacky Wednesday is another video day. I started Wacky Wednesday last Wednesday, so you may want to go back and check out the first episode of Wacky Wednesday. Whoa!